من جنين فلسطين, from Jenin, Palestine. أهلا, welcome إلى القلب, to the heart. I am على إشحال.
Okay, I'm ALAA. Okay,
Oh my god, you were doing a joke already. You're making us laugh.
I started the recording, okay?
Anyway, hi.
Hi.
Hi, thank you for being here. How's it been since October 7th? How are you doing? Are you okay? Like psychologically, in part. Like, is it... It's a dumb question, I know that, but... Have you lost anyone? Are you okay? Like, are you okay? How are you doing?
So, well, I come from a city called Jenin, and Jenin is in the north of the West Bank. Is a place where the army is in the city every night. They attack houses, they attack people, they arrest people, they kill people, even before October 7th. But at least we were kind of adapting and living with it and try to be safe. And so I'm living it even before October 7th. On October 7th, I was in London performing, and then I was stuck because the borders with Jordan was closed. And then after a while, I went back to Jenin, and it was crazy. How was that? Like, people are really in a real struggle where they have to adapt to totally a new, fucked up life. No work, no schools, no people coming to buy things, nothing is going on. There is no streets left. But what I appreciate is that even in those bad situations, still people of Jenin do their days. They go to work if there is, they try to eat, they try to find money to live. So this is the current situation.
How are you, like, how on the day-to-day, like, I mean, a lot of people, like, know, like, people are just doom scroll, like, watching, they can't stop watching the news, and, like, I don't know, like, are you sleeping? You know what I mean?
Well,
do you have times in your day where you just don't think about it, or are you always thinking about it?
I do try to escape from it, just to have some refresh thoughts in my mind. But when your family is there, when your people is there, it's very difficult. It is interrupting every second of your life. At the same time, you have to work, you have to create, you have whatever I describe. It's nothing comparing to the feelings, but despite all odds, we keep going with no stop. And this is my reaction as an artist to perform and to tell about my daily life.
When did you first know that you were an artist?
Sorry, I was born as an artist.
Yes, I believe this. I think it's something you don't choose it, it chooses you. But I want to know, like...
You mean like religion?
No, like being gay. I was thinking that. I'm like, you don't choose it, okay? It chooses you. But like when you're a kid, I feel like every artist has those moments.
Of course. So where I grew up in Jenin, the culture of being an actor or an artist is not really something that it's easy gets into your mind. You know what I mean? Because we don't have kind of a stability of living from the arts. The main reason is the existence of the Israeli occupation. So everyone, usually what people do is just do the regular mainstream professions, doctor, dentist, and engineer, or But since I was 14, 15, I was watching TV, and then at the same time I was always repeating those scenes that I've seen, and I just play them, and I try to imagine where the camera coming from, and I try to imitate people, and then I start to make fun of my family in front of my family. I make fun of my father in front of my mother. I make fun of my mother in front of my father. And I make fun of my sister in front of my brother. I make fun of my brother in front of my sister. So I make big fight in the end of that. But they were loving it, they were loving it because I was always the one who is catching the funny moments, catching the bad attitudes, catching the secrets that everyone is trying to hide, and I'm the one who's like all the time, look there, look there, you see what she did, what he did, and all those games. So I was playing it all the time with my family. And then after that, I finished my high school, and of course, as any other Palestinian parents, they want me to be in the university. But at the same time, I felt this feeling deep inside me that I want to get out of this traditional decision to take, which is just be a counter or a banker or this what makes your future safe. Secretly, after I went to university to study information technology because my parents want that, secretly I went to the theater to study theater. And I lied to my parents and I say I was at the university. After a year's time, I had an invitation to go to France to perform in Paris. And I never left even Palestine. So that was the moment to inform my family that your kid who is studying information technology is leaving to France in 2 days. And here the disaster happened. All the drama, all the crying. What the? They thought I will go and I will never come back. They thought I will go and then I'll come back with 3 ladies, blonde ladies, French with their instruments, singing and playing. They thought I will come back naked with not even an underwear. They thought I'll come back with injections and drugs and wine and cocaine. and I become the biggest dealer. I came back, I came back half of them. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of the, mix. And 1 year just after I started my school at the Freedom Theater, the director and the founder of the Freedom Theater was murdered in the front of the theater with 9 bullets. He was shot in his chest. Yeah. When I saw my teacher and the founder and the director of the Freedom Theater was murdered with 9 bullets in his chest, I thought, I'm going to continue.
Fuck, man. So, I guess, sorry, I lost the question because murder. Fuck.
So was a hard beginning, but it pays off. When I finished my theater school, I start to go much deeper on my skills as an artist, and I found more that I'm in love with comedy and making comedy, but it's all related to comedy.
I mean, how did it feel? I wonder, like, performing in London, for example, performing for white people, mostly white people.
Well, of course, it's different concept in a way, but it's also talking. This comedy is talking to the white people in London or outside of Palestine. So I talk a lot about the British mandate when the British were occupying the Palestinian area or the Arab area before Israel, and this is all because of the British Balfour Declaration, this. And then I'm starting to imagine, like, I tell them how hard it is to get a visa to the UK. And I was questioning them, if you are a British and applying for a visa to come to Palestine, what the visa process would be. Because it's very difficult to get a visa to the UK. And now I'm saying, imagine if you are British applying for a Palestinian visa, what the complicated questions will be. And I say, the first question is, who invented hummus? So this is very... who invented hummus? The second question is, if you see an Israeli tank coming towards you, what should you do? A, throw a stone. B, have a cup of tea. 3, Shout free, free Palestine. And the last question will be, whose fault is all of this? And if you don't answer with the British, you will never come to Palestine. Thank you so much.
Oh shit. Oh. Do you want to try the horse of Jenin?
Yeah, the horse. Oh.
Is it too much? Do you want a break? You want a pee break? A little pee break?
I'm a hard worker. I can
You can push it through?
I can push it. Okay. This is very, very meaning for me. Links. How many minutes you're expecting?
As much as you want to do. I mean, I don't want you to have to cut it off. I mean, if we record things now that you don't want to put in or you don't want to keep or that get cut in your piece later.
Okay,
like,
let's go for it.
You're the boss in the end.
April 2002. Jenin, my city. I'm 11 years old and I weigh 41 kilograms. Israel invaded whole West Bank. I walked through Jenin. It looked ravaged. The streets were full of shattered houses, bombed cars, and destroyed ambulances. During the invasion, the Israelis destroyed a lot of ambulances and they killed a doctor. His name is Khalil Suleiman. We were buried amongst the destruction. Next morning, we started rebuilding. Jenin showed the whole world our strength, our resistance, our spirit. April 2003. I am 12 years old and I weighed 61 kilograms. A great German artist, Thomas Kleber, visited us. He came for an art workshop. You know, as white privileged people come and see, oh, what's going on there? I was so happy because I thought he's going to teach me everything about art. He might take me to Germany with him back. So this guy, Thomas, was collecting demolished stuff, scraps. It's too weird what he was doing. Too weird for everyone, it's collecting all of scraps and all of that. From the ambulances, houses and cars. During the invasion, the Israelis destroyed a lot of ambulances. I thought, is he coming all the way from Germany to clean our rubbish? Is that a German thing to do? He started building with it. He was hammering and cutting and composing with the help of 15 Palestinians. After 4 weeks, he finally revealed the result. He wanted to show us the strength that he saw in us. He had built a horse. Don't get me wrong. A statue of a horse. This horse was bigger than anything I'd ever seen before, with massive legs, ginormous neck, and humongous eyes. This horse was huge, up to 5 meters high, looking up to the sky, as if it had a strong connection with God. And as you may or may not know, the horse is in Arabic a symbol of freedom to us. This horse is much more. It's not only a symbol of freedom, no. This horse is a symbol of our resistance, our vitality, our strength. This horse is us. We drove the horse around the city and everyone was so proud of it, amazed. People felt uplifted by it. They have a horse in Ramallah, but ours is much bigger. Ours, it's Jenin, it's our city. And of course, this statue changed nothing to the reality. But believe me, every time someone was killed by the army, one of our brothers, one of our sisters, one of our fathers, one of our mothers, this symbol only grew stronger. I know this can't be true, but somehow it felt as if this horse got bigger over time. We built a roundabout and we placed the horse right in the middle of it, and we called it the horse roundabout. I myself loved that. Every time I drove by, I made a few extra rounds, looking at it from all angles. It became our meeting point. Like during the day, we talked there, we fought there, and we loved each other there. We drank our bitter coffee, we ate our spicy falafel, we shared our stories, our dream, our secrets, while the horse was listening. At night, when we were asleep, this horse is not. It watches over us. October 30th, 2023. 218 pounds. The Israeli comes every night to Jenin. They arrest, they kill, they destroy. This time we felt different. Tonight, they did not come to kill or arrest one of us, no. They did not come to peacock with their fancy tanks, no. They did not come to destroy someone's home or dig up our streets. This time, they came with a bulldozer. This bulldozer is bigger than any other bulldozer. They drove it right past our schools, our hospitals, our mosque, our church. They drove it past our homes. And they headed straight to the horse. They drove it right past our homes, our schools, our hospitals, our mosque, our church. They just come for the horse. And they ripped it out of the roundabout. This act hurt me more than the many other things they did to us. Since that week, my question remains, what happened to the horse? As a Palestinian, the first thing I think of is, did they arrest it? Did it go to court? Was it able to defend itself? Did they ask it, do you condemn Hamas? Is he in a 6 months jail? Will he be back? Will we do a festival for liberating the horse? Will we do the firework when he's back from the prison? Will he be back as he was? Will he get longer hair? Will he be dirty? How will he be when he's released? Will he come back with a wife and then another 2 little horses with the Palestinian flag? Did they interrogate the horse? Did the horse tell them anything about me, about the secrets that I told there? Did the horse tell the Israeli army about the kiss I had with Jumana secretly at the roundabout? And the fact that she didn't like it. Did the horse tell that 4 of her brothers came and beat me up, broke my nose and split my lip when they found out that I kissed their sister? Then when my family asked me, who did it to you? And I lied, the Israelis did it. I don't know. You see, they can hurt my body, but I know I can deal with pain. They can hurt my friends, but I know they're strong. But this horse was our identity, our resistance, our vitality, our strength. This horse was us. What they don't know, I've already rebuilt my horse. And my horse isn't made up of trash, it's made up of memories I made there. I collect the pieces of memory I made around this horse, of me having coffee there with my friends or driving around it in my car. A horse made of memories, even stronger, even bigger, even more beautiful. You can arrest a horse and you can take it away and destroy it. But you can never destroy its meaning. Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Beautiful. Oh shit. And then can you tell me the story of the girl?
What about
Just
the
between
girl?
me and you. Just between me and you. Tell me about the kids. Tell me what her name was. I
Jumana.
have to know. I want to know. So how old were you when the kiss?
17.
17. How long did you have Crush? Did you have Crush long time?
Yeah,
Was
of
it-
course. Like at least 3 years.
Oh my God! I thought you were gonna say 2 weeks. I thought you were gonna say 4 months.
No.
Oh my God! Allah. Okay, tell.
What to tell? I thought everything.
Tell.
This was written 2014, right?
This 2010, actually.
The first war. Muhammad Abu Sha'ban, he was born in 1996, 14 years old.
And how old would he be now?
And now he will be 27 years old.
27.
You're going to call me crazy. Go ahead. I don't care. In truth, what's happening with me is not normal. Losing trust in my friends is normal. في كثير فاقدين ثقتهم بالناس. But what's driving me crazy is that I've lost trust in shop windows and cars, in police stations and suspicious areas. In my personal philosophy, كل غزة مناطق مشبوهة. All of Gaza is a suspicious area. Everything that was hit in the war, I'm scared of going near today. I don't know how to walk down the street. I would be walking on the right and get scared. Then I would move to the left, but I would be scared. So I would go back to the right. وبظلني في هالدوامة. يعني وين لازم أمشي في نص الشارع يعني؟ On the first day of the war, I was in my brother's shop. A medal fell on the floor, and my brother told me to hang it up. While hanging it up, I heard the sound of rockets, and the glass fell and injured me. I wasn't scared for myself, but القزاز هال علي وصوبني. خفت. لما خفت على حالي خفت على أخوي. He was also injured. He was worried about our family. He told me, go up to the house and make sure they're okay. I went up to the stairs and I wasn't scared. I made sure they were all right. كلهم كانوا بخير. الحمد لله. I walked up the street to find where the explosion happened. Because of the smoke, Gaza became like a black night. But still, I wasn't scared. I forgot to tell you that my brother had a cup of tea in the first explosion, which fell from his hand and broke. Do you think it was because of fear? فكركم من الخوف؟
What parts about this monologue do you relate to, and what parts, like in what ways do you feel a similarity with this person, and in what ways do you feel different?
Same feelings, it's just different town. It's the different spot of the land, but it's the same feeling, the same sound, the same emotions, reactions, imaginations, being scared, being worried to your family. It's the same feeling. We are the same people living the same occupation.
Is there any ways that you feel different from?
No, it is just because I am a West Banker that I can't go to Gaza. That makes me sad for that. I never been in Gaza and I'm not allowed. None any of the Palestinians who's living in the West Bank or Jerusalem or the Palestinians who live in Israel are allowed to go to Gaza.
Maybe tell me, when was the first time as a kid, like when did you know, what your first memory of understanding the situation with Israel, you know, like what?
Oh, I grew up with the situation. It's not something. It's not something that at some point of your life you realize, what's going on. You grow up with it. It's like you see your father's car. You see your bus, and you see the tank. You see your uncles. You see your family. And then you see a soldier. You know. You see people who dies from cancer, dies in the hospital, and dies killed by the Israeli soldiers. So I grew up with it. It's in my DNA. So I am, I'm living with it since I was a child, because I was stopped many times by the Israeli soldiers, by the checkpoints. I was attacked by settlers also a few times, that I was going to be killed by the settlers. And our friends, a lot of friends were killed. I've seen many attacking houses, people arresting friends, family. So I grow up with it. I'm living with it. It's part of my life. It's yeah.
Like if anything was possible, if everyone in the world, every nation in the world has finally woken up one day and realized that this was wrong, and it's been wrong, and it was wrong from the beginning. And they're asking, and the world is asking, okay, so how do we fix it? How do we repair? How do we undo the damage? What does justice look like, I guess, to you, like as a fantasy exercise?
Living as any other nation on this planet. We have our own borders. We're allowed to have an airport where we can travel anytime. Because me as a West Banker, we are not allowed to have an airport. In Palestine, we don't have airport. So I have to go to Jordan. And going to Jordan, this means that I have to pass 3 stages, 3 checkpoints. The Palestinian Authority checkpoint, the Israeli occupation checkpoint, and then the Jordanian checkpoint. In order for me then to go to Amman and then to go to the airport, if I got a visa, to go outside. You know what I mean? So we're not allowed to travel. We don't have airport, as simple as that. And this is not a Palestinian thing. This is a human nature thing. That when someone's control your life, when someone's let you wait at the checkpoint for hours, not let you pass to go to your work, make your day hell, of course, as a human being, you will have huge anger against that. It is not just the tank, it's not just the bombs and the helicopters and the drones and D9 bulldozers. It's about the effects also of living in occupied place. Because this affects the little details of your life. Is about making you to wake up and you to feel hopeless. That's what the occupation about. To limit your imaginations, your skills to appear.
This was episode 2 of Great Love. Follow us on Instagram at Mermaid Palace Art. This episode, and the audio magic of the entire series, is lovingly crafted by our own KP and myself, Yasmin Mansouri. ALAA Shaheda, the star of this episode and jewel of his hometown, Jenin, is currently performing Refugee, a live theater experience with new comedy and new stories. So if you're in Edinburgh this 22nd to 25th of August, may we strongly encourage, implore even, for you to go to the show. Continue this chain of friendship and community and connection that is the life force of this series. A link to the performance details and place to purchase tickets is in the episode description, our websites, and social media. I do want to emphasize too that everything you heard today that ALAA was sharing with us, everything in this series is real, it's happened, it's not fictionalized, we are not taking creative liberties with the facts. I think we've all seen enough of that in the media when it comes to this topic in particular. No, these are the straight goods from the people who live there, who experience them. This is real. It's all too real. Massive thank you to Ahmed Jaber, who you'll be getting much more familiar with in the next episode. Thank you, Ahmed, for your monologue translation support on this episode. We are also grateful for his profound gift for whipping us into shape and keeping our engines going. KP is in Cairo visiting the Jabers as I record this. Follow their adventures, of which there are many, and they are delightful to witness and live vicariously through. Follow them, and follow Caitlin on Instagram at Caitlin Prest. They are tagged, they are present. We are grateful for it. Story and audio consulting magic from ALAA Pabani. ALAA is in British Columbia this week. Hello, ALAA, from many miles away. We love you. Thank you. The Eternal Jess Shane is our post-production coordinator. To know and work with Jess is to know peace and relief and laughter, and to exist in a state of perpetual awe. May she reign forever. Doris, whose last name continues to remain a secret, is the development producer of the series. Social media art support by Matisse Poir-Prest. Admire his work for the series on the Heart and Mermaid Palace websites and on our social media. Tarneem Jaber is our social media and web manager extraordinaire for now, until we discover yet another thing she is shockingly talented at doing, at which point we will share that with you as well. The Jaber siblings are still living in Cairo, still living in exile from their home in the north of Gaza. They are still dreaming of returning to medical school. It really is impossible to convey in the space of these credits just how inspiring, how pure-hearted, how courageous the Jaber siblings are. They were the superstars of their neighborhood, and now they're the superstars of our hearts. And once you hear their episode, which is next week's episode, they will be the stars of your hearts as well. So please, please, please donate to the GoFundMe of the Jaber siblings, the link for which exists in the episode description. Great Love, the Gaza Monologues Revisited, is a production of Mermaid Palace. The monologues you hear performed in the episodes come to us from Ashtar Theater, based in Ramallah, Palestine. The series of 31 monologues were produced in 2010 as part of the psychosocial work they do to help youth process the trauma of war. Support the theater at ashtartheater.org. Music from Mu'taz, Asyuti, Maqata'a, and Asmarine. Extra special love to Maqata'a, whose incredible music laid the backdrop of episode 0 and our trailer. Please buy their music on Bandcamp so they can see an uptick in sales from the series. These are all Palestinian artists as a result of our series. These are all Palestinian artists and artists allied deeply with the effort, who have probably had a pretty rough year emotionally. So please buy their art so they can chill, so they can relax for even a moment and have one less thing to worry about and know that they are loved and appreciated. Also, major music gratitude to Mesa Jalad, whose Battlefield of the Hotels album was the backbone of this episode. Link to that album as well as all the other music I mentioned on our websites. Special thanks to our donor. You know who you are. Thank you, donor. You are keeping the lights on. Thank you. And to Claire Richard. Next week's episode, and we are releasing weekly, as promised, as delivered this week, the Jaber Sibling Trio, the next installment of this series. Great love.
Can you just tell me about the crush a little bit? This is the finale, and then I'd set you free to your Sunday.
No, she was from the neighborhood. Just
Yeah. And how did you come to be in a place where you got to kiss her for the first time?
well, this is it's not easy, but you try to do a lot of secret things, and so this was very kind of sensitive moment, but it didn't work, and then the story when they talk the horse.
Radiotopia.